Okay, can I get that in the mail though, so I have it for my records that we met today?
Oh my God, your paralegal, that really annoying me. Okay, so you will just have almost the same notes as we said initially. I will just add it that, we had a long discussion it's all about, okay? Do you want it?
I mean, the date, yeah, it's a medical visit for my insurance company and for my records.
Okay, I will
legally.
send it to you. Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
It was really, really, really annoying because you remember, I live in Pennsylvania. My husband and I had to drive 15 hours. Guys, today is the day that I'm going to Mayo Clinic. This is going to be a very unfiltered, well, I'm always unfiltered, but today's the first day I'm going. I have a list of appointments I have to get to, so this is gonna be like my real life experience. Today I just want to let you guys know that I do not typically wear makeup to these appointments because I want them to see the coloring of my face, and it's very important that these doctors are able to get a whole look at you. And also I have made the decision to not wear nail polish because of some tests that they give me. Last time I had nail polish on and it affected my sleep tests and everything, so I'm very disciplined for this appointment, and that's it. I have to start getting ready, so I'll bring you guys along the way, and we'll hopefully have a good day. And if you guys are wondering, we are in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and our hotel is 7 minutes from the hospital, so that's good. Guys, so I'm dressed, and so usually when I come to the Mayo Clinic, because this is my second time coming, so I kind of know what to expect. I'm purposely not eating or drinking. I've made the decision to fast by myself because last time I went, they wanted to do a bunch of blood work on me, but because I drank coffee, they advised that that wasn't considered fasting because it wasn't a clear liquid, and it totally screwed up my blood work and threw me off schedule. So I'm going with nothing in my system. I'm purposely just wearing a loose-fitting t-shirt because when they give you all these tests, you have to kind of undress fast, and they're very efficient, so you don't want too many restraining clothes on you. And then I'm wearing Birkenstocks. I don't know, I just remember last time taking my sneakers off, and I just remember it being a lot of extra work, so I'm better prepared this time. And I'm gonna take my medications as usual. So I have a 8 o'clock registration, and then I have a 9:30 PCP appointment. I have an electrocardiogram, and then I have an appointment with one of their psychologists, probably specifically for my fibromyalgia, so stay tuned. And we are now on Mayo Clinic grounds.
Davis building.
We're going to the Davis building, yeah. That's where, so that you'll see the signs, Davis building, left. And they're all within the same building, but it's a really big campus. So I'm gonna pull up, you could pull your whole schedule up for the day on your app. This is the building. They have gorgeous fountains everywhere. It's a beautiful campus, so there's drive-through testing.
I don't really want to drop you off unless you want me to.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my appointments. So you have all your appointments right here. Just stay on the app all day long because it changes. If you don't have I actually like the desktop version, but if you don't have the app, you're never going to make it to all your appointments on time because they change throughout the day. As your doctors make the decisions for you, they'll start throwing stuff on your schedule, and you have to stay on that. For real, you can't just walk in with just a paper copy because it'll change 1,000 times. So I have a medical informative review appointment at 8:30, which is in a couple minutes. First floor of the Davis building, and then the same building, I will have my evaluation by my PCP at 9:00 a.m. And then I have an electrocardiogram testing for 10:50, and that's going to be in the Davis building too. And then my 12:45 appointment is the one that I'm actually really excited for, my PCP appointment, and then my 12:45 appointment, and that's the 4th floor of the Davis building, the Department of Psychiatry and Psychology. This doctor will decide if I am an eligible candidate to go into their fibromyalgia class. So we're getting ready to walk into Mayo Clinic. I feel okay today. That's why we came down early, because usually the days after long drives, I'm really messed up. But I'm happy I'm a little more with it today, to be honest with you, so I could keep up with what these doctors are saying to me. And of course I have my husband, who's also recommended to come. You're allowed one person with you in the building. Usually they allow you to bring like a bunch of people into your appointments, but due to all the restrictions, we're only allowed to bring one person with us to each appointment. Guys, so I just got out of my first appointment with my PCP. It went really well, really thorough, but we just added a ton more appointments onto today's schedule. So this is something that happens normally, is they'll add more. What floor are we on? Okay. So I have to run to my next appointments. Not run, but. All right. They gave me a printed copy of my schedule. I'm getting my electrocardiogram now, but yep, everything just got added. Gotta go. I just got my electrocardiogram done. It took less than 5 minutes. So now we're running downstairs because I'm going to get a full panel of blood work while I'm still there. Hey guys, so I'm so sorry. I was trying to film in the hospital and somebody approached me and politely asked me to stop filming, and I totally understand and respect that. So I'm just gonna have to tell you guys my experience, but we're going back to the, we're staying 7 minutes from the hospital. So we just came back. I took a quick little nap. I'm still tired as all hell, and we're pulling back into the hospital. I'm going to see a gastrologist. I spoke to a fantastic psychiatrist who's going to be leading the fibromyalgia clinic, and she, let me tell you something, understood exactly what I'm going through. And I'm going to go through a 2-day class. They're 8 hours apiece, where I'm going to learn all about coping with fibromyalgia and trying to get my life back the best I can with my new normal. Right now I'm going to go talk to this gastrologist just because I need to, and we'll see what he has to say. Fibromyalgia has a lot of other health issues associated with it that kind of develop, so I'm just going to go get checked out by this guy. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but while I'm here, let's just talk and work with the best, and Mayo has the best. So it's like, what is life? This gigantic fountain, this beautiful hospital. It's like I feel like I'm on a resort, not a hospital campus. Look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. My Mayo Clinic adventures. I have my neurologist appointment like first thing in the morning, in a couple minutes actually, and then I'm going to be taking a swallowing test to check my esophagus. And then there's another one, but I forget, and they just keep adding more and more things. Like, your schedule is never the same. So I'm gonna get in my car now. I cannot film in the building, and I totally get it. I totally respect it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna check my schedule to make sure they didn't add anything else on, because I'm gonna have to get there. But the good news is everything that Mayo Clinic schedules me is all in the same campus, so not a lot of traveling is involved, so that makes things a lot easier for us, and that's why it's so efficient there. What you can get done in Mayo Clinic in one day would take months to do at home. So I'm gonna hit the ground running today, and hopefully it's another positive day. Talk to you guys soon. The building that I'm walking out of right now, like this building is the front entrance, main entrance to the Mayo building. And then of course, there's the actual hospital sign. So I think this is where like their ER would be and stuff like that. And then they have different buildings, like the Kennedy building is right there. So one of my appointments was just in that building. Some of my appointments are in the Mayo building, and then there's also the building that I'm in most is usually the Davis building, and that's over there. And so they're all connected, and you kind of just walk the hospital and go to each department. And then of course, if you want some fresh air, you just come out here and sit by the fountains, and they have a lot of places to sit, which is really nice. And then of course the parking, I should have had Mark pick me up. I'm gonna sit, I think. Babe, I'm gonna sit. I'm not, my thighs hurt and everything. They're super, super neat here when it comes to like wearing masks. I can't walk to the car with my husband. My fibro's hurting me. Everybody's super, super cautious of which they should be, and people are passing me, so I'm putting my mask on. If you are in the hospital and your face mask is not on properly, you will be told about it, which is I obviously appreciate. I've seen multiple workers wiping down elevator buttons, chair handles, seats. Every time I get my blood pressure checked and I sit down, they sanitize where I just sat. The rooms, everybody's constantly wiping stuff down here. So as far as, and I'm also taking my mask, whenever I have my mask off, that's because no one's around me and I feel comfortable. So they are taking great precautions on cleanliness here. However, it's not something that's in your face. Like everywhere you look, it's not like a virus warning. It seems like they know what they need to do. They have a special clinic for it. It's there, but it's not the main stress of it all. The vibe that I'm getting from this office is that this hospital is that it's handled, it's being taken care of, and it's not the main issue. And it's very non-stress inducing. That's how I just feel. Like sometimes I feel like when you go into a hospital and it's like there's red signs everywhere, like you start getting stressed, and then it just creates a bad atmosphere. But they do ask you when you walk into this hospital. They're very friendly, they're very nice. They do take your temperature, and they said, have you been tested? Have you been around, anything like that? And you say no, your temperature scans out, you're fine, and you get this patch. So mine says the date, and then, could you see it? Okay, yeah, it's the date, and then a P that says patient, so they know. And that's pretty much it. Mark's gonna pick me up now, and I'll give you guys like a detailed update on what's going on with me here. Hey you guys, so it has been about 2 weeks since I have gotten home from Mayo Clinic, and I wanted to come on here today to tell you guys kind of how it went down and what's going on and like aftercare. So unfortunately, I do have some bad news. I last minute was unable to attend their fibro clinic. Yes, that's correct. I was unable. I can't even repeat it, it's so annoying. All right, so the whole reason why we went down there, and as you guys knew, I was really hyping it up, I wanted to go to the freaking fibro clinic because I have post-viral fatigue syndrome that has developed into fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue and so on and so forth. It keeps layering itself. And when I got down there, my first doctor I saw, my PCP, she was great. She's like, you're already on the list, you're going in the class. I spoke to the professional who is teaching the class. She's like, yep, I got you on my list. Like we talked a little bit about what was going on with me. She totally understood. She was really, really great to talk to. She's kind of like their head of the fibro department. So let's just talk about this doctor for a second. Her name was Dr. Barbara Bruce, and I don't mind saying her name publicly on my channel because she wrote this book. And her name is right here. Now, she is a psychologist or psychiatrist at Mayo Clinic, and oh, it says PhD. Okay, so she is part of their psychology department, and their psychology department does not, let me just be clear, they do not verify fibromyalgia as a mental condition. It is physical. Why their psychology department is kind of in charge of it, I don't really know, but you do have to be cleared by their doctors. Now, last time I was there, I was very thoroughly examined by their psych department. And you know what? It kind of makes sense because it's like, okay, so they're giving you blood work, testing, like all kinds of stuff to rule out other symptoms. The last step would be, okay, everything's negative. Well, let's just make sure you don't have a mental issue, which is totally fine, but a mental health issue is very real. So they kind of have their mental health doctors as like your last step. Then once they clear you for mental illness, which I was 3 times, then they say, okay, this person actually has fibromyalgia. She's not messing around. It's real. It's not in her head. I mean, they basically clear you of that. So this doctor's so good. She wrote this fabulous book, and I was supposed to get a copy of this, a free copy of this at her clinic. She runs the clinic. So what happened was the day before my fibro clinic, I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna meet other people with fibromyalgia in person with Mayo doctors. And I was just so ready to like soak it all in. Even though it's easy to read like newspapers or books about fibromyalgia, there's something to be said about talking to real people in real time about real problems. And that's what I was looking forward to the most. And I got a call that said from Mayo Clinic, that's from their admin department, that said, hi, your insurance needs pre-authorization for the fibro clinic. So my heart dropped, my heart sunk, and I was like, so I was going back and forth. I was just like, so the problem was they billed the fibro clinic as a physical issue, not a mental issue. So when my insurance company saw that there was like being treated psychologically for a physical issue, they need pre-authorization. They want to look into it a little more. Mayo Clinic, I was on the list to be in this class weeks before I even got to Mayo Clinic. Like I was registered. I was registered since last year. So the fact that this took place now on Mayo Clinic's time was really, really, really annoying because you remember, I live in Pennsylvania. My husband and I had to drive 15 hours just to go to this clinic to be told we need pre-auth. And of course, the pre-authorization did not happen in time. They had me go to an appointment at 5:45 in the morning with their administration to where I spoke to a girl. I said, what can I do? Her response to me was, pay $6,000 or cancel. Wow, I still get so angry when I think of that conversation. So of course I was like, all right, can I talk to Dr. Bruce? Can I talk to her staff? I just saw her like 2 days ago. Can I, we were basically was just like, yeah, I don't know. Like she literally was just, no, pay $6,000 or leave. Was basically, I think she actually said that. Pay $6,000 or cancel. So I was in tears, and then somebody, at one point I went back, I kept going back, well, as new shifts were coming in, like I was like showing up, and they told me to go up to where the fibro class was gonna be and see if you can talk to the head of that class and maybe they could allow you to go in. So of course, my poor husband and I sat outside and waited for this class while they all walked past me, and I was sitting in the chair like getting ready to cry because I wanted to be in it so bad. And the woman came over, and she was kind of it wasn't Dr. Bruce. It was, I don't know who she was, but she was kind of really laughy, and I felt like it was a little disrespectful. Like you could tell she was kind of like, oh, ha, ha, like she didn't want to deal with us. And I just felt like very degraded in that moment, but I was just so tired from all the stress because I still have fibromyalgia. So I was just like, okay, listen, is there a way we could attend your class? She said, no, but I talked to Dr. Bruce. She had recommended that you buy her fibromyalgia book, and what we cover in the class is basically gonna be in that book, okay? And I was like, okay, I got it, I'll buy the book, but I still want to be in her class anyway. I was really looking forward to this. I just drove 15 hours. Oh, well, you know what? You go work with your PCP. That's your best step. And I looked at her dead serious, and I just looked her dead in the eye, and I was just like, I came down here because my PCP doesn't know what to do. They recommended for me to come here. And then her response was, oh, okay, all right, I gotta go. I'm really busy, the class is about to start, so good luck to you, and thank you for coming to Mayo Clinic. Walked away. I got rejected. I felt like I just, it was a really, really crappy experience at Mayo Clinic in that moment. So that's the story of that, and I wanted to expose that because that's not okay. That's not okay for any hospital. The beginning of this video, the way that doctor spoke to me, told me I was annoying, and Mayo Clinic, like, that's not acceptable to talk to people that way. If you are running a healthcare organization, it's just not acceptable. I'm not down here because I want to be down here. I'm down here because I have a serious condition. Like, that affects my life brutally, which is what makes me and my husband drive the 15 hours once a year just to see you guys. You guys are like my heroes. So for that to happen to me was really like you kind of look at these doctors I'm starstruck a little bit. I know, I'm so weird, I know. But I'm looking at them because I know they have so much knowledge about me in a world that doesn't know a lot about me and our conditions. So when I see people that do, I'm like, oh my God, come here. Like, you know what I mean? And for me to get rejected like that was just really bad. But anyway, so they had recommended, my PCP has recommended at that point that I go see their integrative medicine specialist. So that was a really big moment for me, going down there and meeting. It's a new department by Mayo Clinic. It's just kind of getting on the ground. It's called their integrative medicine department, where they approach things with a more holistic approach. But it's not like crystals and sage and all that kind of stuff. It's really on the border between it's both holistic and medical, where they teach you how to manage medication, of course, manage stress, meditations, and then my last appointment, I was in tears, and my last appointment was with one of these specialists, and she had recommended that I speak to one of their doctors. I had an appointment with him, and he has me on a total new diet and a total new outlook on healthcare, and I'm to the point where it's you know what? Obviously, conventional healthcare, conventional medicine, throwing pills at it is just not working out in my life. So I really listened to what that man had to say, and he has me on a diet called the elimination diet for 3 weeks, where I am not allowed to eat dairy, gluten, red meat, any type of sugar other than honey or maple syrup, pork. It's really basically I can't eat anything but poultry, fruits, nuts, and fish. Oh, but I can't eat peanuts. So anyway, I'm on this really restricted, and no coffee. No coffee. I said that's a hard no. That's a hard no. I looked at Dr. Perlman and I was like, listen, I'll do everything. I'll cut out everything, but not my coffee. Us chronic fatigue sufferers, us postviral fatigue sufferers, the morning coffee, our day revolves around the morning coffee. No. So he was like, okay, it's negotiable. He wants me to put it down to half calf, and I was like, yeah, okay. It's a hard no. So you guys, that's how my appointment wrapped up. I do want to say I did take a test for the virus that must never be named, and I was negative for that also upon leaving the hospital. So that was kind of interesting. Everybody, I'm gonna do another video. This is so long. I'm gonna do another video where I talk about what I'm reading in this book, and also more details on my elimination diet and why he put me on the elimination diet, for it to help pain and fatigue. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. I know this was a long video, but I had so much stuff to tell you guys. I love you guys. Until next time, stay fresh, stay healthy, stay rested. Bye.